with them on the things that are important to them. And I would push them to the point of understanding what it looks like. Because it's been so interesting for me working with people. So often it's like, I want to have my own business. I want to do this. And it's like, what would that look like? Well, I don't know. You know, or, you know, I just want to retire. It's like, okay, great. So you're going to retire. What's that going to look like? Well, I'm just not going to be going into work. So what are you going to do? Now it's day one. What are you doing? You know? And it goes back to that mirror analogy or without glasses. It's like we don't take the time. I actually have a little graphic in the back that I've used with a buddy. We were talking about how the fact that people go out drinking. And I said, well, you know, actually I'm a thinking buddy. And he said, oh, yeah, you are. And he said, so if I come back from a great session, do I come back thunk? And I said, you know, I think you do. So in our email exchanges after our sessions, he goes, I came home thunk again last night. It was so good. So I have one other little tidbit on the life assessment. Anyway, so those are a couple things. But literally, going somewhere where somebody doesn't want to go, it's going to be tough to ever have progress on that. So one other thing, the life assessment wheel, one of my clients completed it. She came to me about a job. She said, hey, it's relationships. If I get some family relationship things cleared up, I don't care about the job. I mean, that'll be fine. Family's the number one thing. She said, can I share this with my kids and my husband? I said, you bet. The bottom line is you're trying to share your heart of where you want to go. She shared it with her kids and her husband. The kids in particular said, can I have one? Can I have one? I want to do one. And for that relationship that she wanted to have with her kids, she got to get inside the heart of what the kids wanted in each of these aspects. And it had a very positive impact on her relationship. I'm probably running out of time. Was there another hand? Yeah.
So just, so we talked a lot about identification, right? So really the ultimate step really needs to be action to make change happen, right?
Right.
So can you talk about maybe in the coaching, maybe some examples of how you took the identification and then work with clients to like then do the action to actually make the change?
Yep. And I'll tell you, this is powerful. Because of time, I'm going to ask if Barb, if you could bring the basket up here, and I'm going to respond to it while we maybe do a drawing. And who should we have draw the name out? Should we have Shirley do that?
Yeah.
Yes. Shirley. Okay, so I'm going to respond to that, but we're going to get the book part going, and then I'm going to hang around afterwards if anybody else has additional questions. So real quickly, Leadership Gold, the book by John Maxwell, it basically just summarizes all the leadership learnings that he's had over 40 years of conducting leadership. And the winner is a person named Heather Luke. So Heather gets a copy of Leadership Gold. Okay. I could say so much about this next book because it's so tangible. It gives you 5 levels of leadership so you can evaluate who you are. So the next person, the next winner is Dawn Worsh. Is that right? Dawn? Dawn. All right, Dawn. You got the 5 levels of leadership book. And I printed it out, and I can't find my little sheet that said 4 free coaching sessions. So I will still give the 4 free coaching sessions. We're going to draw one. We're going to draw one for now. Actually, we're going to draw one. Okay. So Faith is the recipient of 4 free coaching sessions. And you know what? You guys have been a great audience. We'll do one more on the coaching. One more.
Wow. Okay.
I love coaching. I just love seeing people's lives change. Okay, so this one is Craig. Craig, and I'm not wearing my glasses, so Renner? Okay, good. Okay. So let me quickly respond to the question, and then anybody that needs to leave can by all means leave, and I'm going to hang around if you need to ask any questions, but feel free to leave. Thank you for coming. So, on the coaching question, it's because I don't provide solutions, my number one question immediately back to the client is how could you? And what is so interesting, you want to talk about a home run as a coach, it's when the eyes roll up into the head and it's immediately followed by a message that comes out of the mouth that says, good question. And the reality is, as a coach, you wait out the person to begin to think through different aspects of how they could move forward. And I come down from I coach on Skype, I coach people in Hong Kong and people in California, so it doesn't have to be in person. And I'll come down after having a session in the study, with my wife will be down in the kitchen, and I'll have the biggest grin on her, and I'll say, dear, I just would never come up with the solutions that they come up with to move forward in their life, because I don't know their life. So we'll talk about things, who's doing what they're doing today, and I'll say, so what do you see in what they're doing? One of the questions that I often ask is, how could you find out? So maybe I don't know how to write a book. How could you find out? And what's interesting is in the feedback from clients, they don't have anybody that gives them an hour or 90 minutes of totally focusing on them. We don't talk about me during that session at all. And I'm going to literally wait it out. And the resource that is in this acorn that people have never seen is just amazing. And it's funny, one of my clients early on, he said, I don't know what's going on. He said, I just have this fire, you know? And so the reality is I had him write about 20 reasons why he had fire. He said, I'm taking control of my life again. I'm starting to actually think about these things, and I'm doing something about it. You give me the think space to do that. So, great question. I'd be plenty happy to share more things later. Thank you again for your time. I'm going to hand it back to Shirley.